Welcome to The Strange Take, where we have all different kinds of discussions on all different kinds of things, current, new, and old, and definitely giving the strange take on it. The Strange Take is a podcast where I just take some time to discuss some personal thoughts on topics and experiences, try to have an open world view as much as possible. One of the more interesting things lately, besides COVID and Arctic cold weather here in Canada, is definitely what's been going on down in Texas. Here in Canada, a couple feet of snow, no big deal, minus 40, hey, I'm walking on the moon. Got on my snowsuit, my balaclava, I'm ready to go. Kids are at school, people are working, stores are bopping. Well, some stores due to COVID, but, we're watching down in Texas, and a couple interesting things that I saw, one I'll bring up was on TikTok, and there was a fella, the very first person ever to ski on the I-10, I believe it's called, and he's being towed by some friends, and he's skiing down the highway, so good for him, world record maker. Very impressive. Of course, there's some cootie cowboy rednecks doing some dances to some K-pop girl songs, and very interesting, And, of course, this morning, skimming through the Google News, and what do you know, alligators frozen in the ponds, and they actually stick their snouts above the ice to stay alive. So, it's kind of like a snorkel. Pretty impressive. Wonder where that comes from. I wonder if that's bias. Anyways, we had fun with that last episode. Well, staring out at the snow, I'm just wondering how everybody around the world's dealt with it. I remember there was a major snowstorm in Egypt. I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago. I don't have my whole setup for my podcast here, so my fact-checking may be a little weak. So if you do get fact-checking on me, hey, give a roll there. Leave a message, let me know so I get my facts straight. Once I get my studio set up a little better, I'll be able to do that. But otherwise, yeah, we are talking about the snow, I think. I get very distracted at times. That was part of the show too, sorry. Anyways, other news, other things besides weather and alligators, using their snouts for snorkels. There's a big scare going on right now, actually, when it comes to the process of Canada receiving vaccinations. A lot of promises, and then those promises change, and a lot of people find that really frustrating. I know I myself am kind of just sitting back and, wondering, do I get a phone call or do they, Dr. Hinshaw there for Alberta here at least, just go ahead and say, yes, you, Mr. the guy who hosts The Strange Take, you come on down and get your shots today. I'll be like, oh, okay. My wife, she's in the medical industry, and, she's had some horrific stories to share. Her facility was a long term, and one of the last ones to be ravaged by the COVID-19. But a lot of people, you watch these skeptics and doctors saying, we just diagnose anybody with COVID-19. But when you have mass die-offs, and old folks, well, it's not just like, everybody, this lady choked, so she had COVID-19. This lady had a fever. Someone had a tooth infection, died from that. It's COVID-19. No. I know we like to think, and I know we like to say, we have these facts, or, everybody's a know-it-all, and even me too. We're all know-it-alls. We all have our facts and our opinions and where we collect our information from, and everybody feels that theirs is justified and right. And hey, I'm not going to argue anybody. Maybe I'm having the strange take on it, but it's scary. And when you see 5-6 people a day dying, and you see your coworkers going and getting tested all the time, and then they make the testing mandatory right at your work, it's scary. And then you're wearing all this gear. Fuck, where I work, I have to wear a face mask, but my wife's face shield, face mask, fucking cloak, gown, booty, shoes, the whole 9 yards. It's just, Jesus, put you into tears. And then it ravages through and it takes its toll, and then it moves on to somewhere else. It's almost like a school of fish, But it's real, it's a real thing. It's really happening. And I think, for people who are religious, you'll understand, like the devil, he always wants to be kind of thought of as he's not real, right? And in that biased thinking in our modern culture, it definitely could be looking at, they want people to think. It's like UFOs, right? They want you to think that maybe there is no such thing as UFOs. And nowadays they're like, well, maybe there is. Maybe we got some UFO technology. You never know. It makes us powerful. Makes us have knowledge over you. Even if it's fake knowledge. Even if there's no such thing as UFOs. What if the Earth is the only thing? I know. We all know there's life somewhere else, even if it's microbacterial or whatever. But the whole thing being is that with COVID, maybe some of the art of changing society is using a virus, but then making people understand that it is killing, but then at the same time, maybe there's a lot of, I'm not a big fancy word guy, so I'm not going to try it, but maybe there's some theater to it, right? Maybe there's another underlying story. So, and then by having that, you've taken people who are fully faithful to what they're being told by the government, and then slowly and being chiseled away at day by day with following all the rules and the regulations and wearing the mask. Wearing the mask above your nose too, not below it, above the nose. You're not special, even if your doctor tells you are, then you put the face shield on. Yes. Oh, even the dogs in the background are howling to the truth of my voice. But anyways, that's just how it goes, and it is real, and there is a big game afoot. Of course, there's money to be made here. These vaccinations is just a huge business now. But not what they're not even talking about is and we all know the masks and the gloves and countries are making, and they show kids laying in a dirty shack making face masks. It's on YouTube. It's like it's like the Walmart video where it's like this is where Walmart gets their chicken from. There's some dude on a mud floor chopping up chicken. So, these kids are making on a dirty, muddy floor in like some dirty shack with like bugs crawling around making face masks. So, they don't want you to trust a face mask, but, those people never get heard, but all of a sudden when they got something like that to say, they're being heard because it's useful to the cause of the opposing fraction or whatever it may be, without even knowing it, biasly, just subconsciously, like quick brain thinking decisions is what is being encouraged, right? Be impulsive but when it comes to your financials, be slow brained, right? But make impulsive purchases. That's pretty funny. But they trained us to do that, right? And whoever that is, it's like the biggest question I have, and we're jumping off to something else here, because the show's got to wrap up here soon. But okay, anybody ever watch the Mandalorian show? It's the new big hit Disney Star Wars show about the Boba Fett kind of looking guy and what have you. And Boba Fett's in his show, and Luke Skywalker ended off the second season. Anyways, there's that Gina Carrera, right? And she said some stuff on social media, and then she got fired. But who are the people that complain about the stars and people? These groups, who are they? Who are these people that all of a sudden say, this politician said this, and we're all really upset about it? I'm not in any groups like this. I know a lot of people from a lot of levels of life, from very professional and, it's all just nuts. Like, who are these people from these groups? Who are these? They'll tell you, oh, you got fired. You found out on social media you got fired because this group complained, right? It's like I think some of the most famous of these groups, and as I said, I don't know anybody. I know lots of people from all different kinds of walks of life, different lifestyles, different, you name it. And none of them are in these kind of groups. So who are these groups? Who are these people that complain and get the stars fired or put under heat? You know what those groups are? Those groups are the companies and the investors that produce the movies and like, say, this actor's the best actor for the show, but there's a part of the company that says, no, we don't want that guy on the show. So we're going to make up some bullshit like when they say something on social media, we're going to do a big fire back. And there's been proven, I know we're running out of time here, but it's been proven that there are companies that are hired to, they're paid to do this. Like, so really nobody a couple people might have said, oh, Gina Curry shouldn't say that. But then the studio saw it and saw, well, we got our chance to cut her because she's got a big mouth on social media. So the best way to cut her is we'll hire the group, we'll hire this company. They are, own a so-called social format group that is making complaints, and now we have to remove you. So I really do think that these groups, like when they say, oh, so-and-so, like this Amanda Heard and Johnny Depp, right? I mean, they both have, it's Team Johnny, Team Amanda, right? And their social groups battle against each other all the time. But it's just, like, who are these people? Who are these people? And really, I think it's like a couple people sitting behind computers. It could be in India, China, here in Canada. They could be anywhere in the world, and they just start typing, oh, we don't think your Twitter post was proper. Backlash. From what group, though? They don't even say a group. They just say social media says this. So I got a podcast, I guess, and I'm on TikTok. Well, I'm not really, I'm not like on it like that. Just watch those shuffle dances and stuff. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I've got all these social media platforms. So all I have to do is go out there and complain about, who, right? Like, Chuck Norris, or something. Well, I guess he's not really in the industry anymore. But, you just pick on somebody, right? So you're just like, oh, I don't like so-and-so. Like Tom Cruise. Well, Tom Cruise, he survives that stuff. He's got the money to push through. The social media platforms are scared of him, right? So, but I mean, honestly, like, if you can get somebody for something, they will, right? And you see it like with the British Royals, the Megxit or whatever it's called, the Meghan, and the Prince kid. Anyways, so they get hauled out. Right. And now they're no longer part of it, but everybody loves them, right? Everybody loves them. Staying true to California. Left their house in Canada. So bye-bye. Bye-bye. But anyways, everybody, always think about that. When you hear the news and they're like, social media says, is those social media people? Who are those people? Media does not tell us because they don't even know. They just know that a group spoke up on someone's Facebook or Twitter or whatever it might be. A new form of bias training or something. But yeah, I'm trying to throw it into everything. It's soup of the day, right? But anyways, everybody, keep it real. Keep your minds open. Pay attention to what's going on, and don't ever be scared to have a strange take on something. You just don't have to tell anybody. Just tell them what they want to hear, right? Oh, yeah, just like you said. But really, having the strange take is staying true and staying honest. All right, everybody. Take care. Bye.